Hello, hello, hello. It's Anne Lewis, your independent Stamping Up demonstrator based on the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. Tonight I'm going to be showing you how to make this whoop, where's that camera? Um, I don't. Super cute card using the Rolling Waves bundle, which is an online exclusive. Um, now you've seen me. I'll just throw you down the desk because it's a far better view from the desk. Rightio. So this is using the rolling. I don't know why this is so hard to line up today. I think it's mirrored or something. But anyway, we can keep going. Rolling waves bundle. I'm just stopping to think. Oh, I forgot to do something too, but that's okay. I can grab my little mini embossing folder. Rightio, so I'm using the rolling, this is the dies, and I'll show you the dies in real life in a second. All right. This is the stamp set. So the dies are completely different to the stamp set, right? So in most cases, and I think just about in all cases, except for the shells and the starfish, the dies do not cut out the stamped images, right? And you'll see how this works. Now, this card looks like it's complicated. And how do I do that? So I thought I'd actually walk you through this, give you a few ideas of how you might be able to do it yourself. The whole idea of this card is it is actually really simple. It's got a little bit of stamping, a fair bit of die cutting, but no difficult die cutting. So you're not trying to line up anything around a stamp set. And I think it just comes out amazing. And coming from the beach, as you know, I live on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. I'm a beach person, so I just love a bundle that actually is all about the beach. And that's what this one is actually about. Now, these are the dies that I've actually used. I did use one more, and that's this one here. But I've actually still got the die cut in there just so that I could show you how it works. So I should put that like that. So this is how this is the dies. Now these are the ones I cut out of basic white cardstock, and this is what I cut out of Coastal Cabana. And I'll talk about these other two, and you'll probably see me use them as well. Ideo. So I'll open up the card because I did a little bit of decoration on the inside. Doesn't that water look amazing? I love that. And it's got this 3D textured look, which is why I like this stamp set so much. Now, if you're watching this, let me know that you can see and hear me because I did have a bit of a hiccup at the start because I zipped through a few of the steps and left one of them out. So just let me know if you're watching. So it's a cute card. Now, these are the umbrellas. You probably guessed that anyway. And this is the waves. And I've got a little shell here or two little shells and some starfish. So before I get started, well, I'll give everybody a bit of time to get here. Something I want to show you. I hope you're going to be as excited as I am. Yay! Paper Pumpkin is coming to Australia. If you don't know anything about Paper Pumpkin is a subscription craft kit or card kit, but it's not always cards. And it comes as a surprise, so you don't know what you're actually getting in the mail. Now, if you're from the States and you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber already, and you don't want to see what's coming in April, close your eyes because, and I haven't even opened this, but I thought I'd walk through. Got a new in colour Peaceful Pie. Yep. It's got this really great stamp set. So it's got thanks, happy birthday, older, wiser, better. You're a lifesaver. You're an inspiration. Dad's son. So it's a masculine card set. It comes with all the adhesives. Oh, I've got to get this out. And this is what it looks like. So it has 1, 2, 3, 9 cards, and it has with these already fancy envelopes. So it comes with all the adhesives, all the pieces. It's probably, maybe, I don't know whether it'd be easier than the card kits that we've been using. But Paper Pumpkin has been running in the United States, I think, since about 2012. So 13 years. And we finally got it here. That's as long as well, that's even less than I've been a demonstrator. Hi-de-o. So that's number one. And I'll show you another surprise, just in case you're not a demonstrator and didn't go to on stage. Look what I have. A copy, a hard copy of the new Stamping Up catalogue. So it starts in May. So we've got 6 weeks to go before I can even show you what's inside of it. But what I do want to show you is it's set out, I think, so much better. And already you can see from the back, there's no new product. Oh, yes, there are new products on the back. But it actually has our basics in it as well as new products. They're still online exclusives, but it already is so well set out. So I'm really, really happy with this. And I can't show you these yet, but they've got new white gel pens that work. Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. So I'm pretty excited. Rightio. They're my 2 little secret surprises. But let's get started on this card. I don't. So as I said, it's Rolling Waves. It's an online exclusive. I'm just going to cut out the card base, which is in crumb cake. And I wanted to show you this. So this is in a portrait. I normally do all my cards cutting this way, but this one is going to be cut down there. So I cut it to 11 inches. I'm just showing you a little nifty tip. So I cut this little bit off, which I always use this little bit. I use it for all my sentiments. And then I'm going to score. I'm hoping you can see this. I'll just get rid of those. Close that down. Bring this over. Then I score it 5.5 inches. Fine. So I score right across. So this actually makes 2 card bases. And then I'm cutting my piece. Now, I'm from Australia, so it's A4, not letter size. So I then cut it at 4 1/8. If you come from the States, you just cut this at 4 1/4. And all the other measurements that I give you will be basically 4 1/4. So I then always, I must have done that a little crooked. How did that happen? That would be me reading your comments. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. That would be me reading reading your comments at the same time as I'm cutting. Let's see how this goes. I think it'll be fine. Yep, it's fine. So I just always get the 2 corners together and then reinforce that fold in the right place. Okay, so there's my base. Now, when you look at my original one, I did one that opened like this. Changed up my idea because I thought it just would look better if it opened like this. Hey, now, the first piece I've got is this piece here that is just going to sit there. Now, you could cut this at an angle. There's a lot of things you could do. You could cut it using one of the dies you haven't seen here yet. Here, these dies have stuck a bit because I haven't taken them off yet. You could cut it with this if you wanted to, but you don't need to. This is the quick way. So it's 2 1/8 inches by 4 1/4. So it's the width of your cardstock. And I'm just going to turn that over. So it's the width of your cardstock. Now, I'm going to be stamping that. Now, because I'm doing a lot of off-the-page stamping, I'm not even going to rub that off. I'm just going to turn it over. Now, one of the secrets is I've cut this, and it is the wrong side. So it's got a little ridge on it. So I use my bone folder to flatten that. Now, I want to add, to bring this back, a little bit of colouring on here. Not a lot. That's this piece here. So I'm going to grab some Pool Party because I found the Coastal Cabana, which is this colour here, was a little dark. So this stamp set comes with this large piece here. So let's stamp it up. Now, because it's a large block, I'm going to turn it over and apply the colour like this. Now, I don't want too much colour. This is what I said. Trying to keep my grid paper a little clean. Taking off a little bit of colour. Oops. Now, so you will be able to see this in real life. I'll show it to you when I finish it. I might just add a little bit more to that. All my ink pads are pretty well inked. So there's a fair bit of... So I'm going to be doing 3 of these up just to add that little bit of texture. And I know you probably can't see it, but this is actually a textured stamp. So it's not completely smooth. I'm just putting that last little bit in. Now, I'm hoping that, yes, I think you'll be able to see that. Righto. So that's layer 1. So that's going to sit across here. And I could actually stick that down, I think. I think I can. I think I can. No, maybe I shouldn't. No, yes, I will. So let's stick it down so I've got some guide of how I'm going to put this together. I'm just looking for my green glue or multi-purpose adhesive. As I said, I don't need... Not much left in that, is there? Oh, even less in this one. Sometimes the top dries out a bit. I've been away for a week, so I haven't been doing any... Oh, yeah, this one pours out. Too much comes in. I just scrape it back in so it doesn't squish out everywhere. I know. Let's put that there. It's just going to go edge to edge, and it forms the basis. We'll bring this back, forms the basis. So that's that piece there. Now then I have this piece here. Don't worry about it going off the page. But before I put that piece on, I'm going to add this piece. Now it lines up perfectly. So you're just going to line it up. So you can see those 2 edges are the same. Add a little bit of... Oh, it's still got a little... one of those little pieces that I didn't pop out. So I'm going to apply the glue to this. Now I'm just putting dots everywhere. Dots at the end so it doesn't come up. And there's a couple of ways. I mean, this is one of those sets you can just play with. I don't. So let's put this down. I don't want an edge there. Oops, I still got another little piece there. I'm going to line it up perfectly. Now, you could drop that down, have a little border. That's up to you. But that didn't suit me. Now, I'm just looking for my... about 10 bone folders here, and I still can't find one. I know now. I decided that I wanted to put this at the biggest angle I possibly could, but I obviously don't want the sand sneaking through, well, the crumb cake. So I'm putting it at the best angle I can, which is kind of like that. Now, before I do that, but I'm going to leave this top piece here a little. Not going to apply any glue right up the top so I can slide this one down behind it. So let's add some glue down here. So again, just adding. Now I could add some colour to this with a blending brush if I wanted to. Really, I have to get a new one. Eh? I am the green glue queen. I use it on everything. And part of that is because my wrist is pretty sore. And green glue is so easy to use. And it also allows me to wiggle it a little bit. Now remember, I said I wanted to put this at an angle. You can put it straight. Oops. You can put it straight if you want to, but I wanted mine at a bit of an angle. That's the best angle I can get. I know. You can see it overhangs. That's okay. We'll do something with that in a second. So there's layer one. Now I still, as you can see, I can lift this up to slide this other one underneath, this other die cut. These are all just die cuts. So I can just put that like that. And I'll just run a bit of a layer, a line of glue along here. You could use glue dots if you liked. This is quicker. I know. So you don't want any gaps. I don't like that. Oh, I did something wrong then. But anyway. Oh, I was meant to put the sand. See, I'm hoping you're going to see the sand along there. Meant to do that before I applied this. So now I'm going to have to do some artful stamping, aren't I? Don't know how to fix this. Actually, that's how I'm going to fix it. Now, lucky it hadn't dried. I've got a bit of glue on here. I don't want that there. So I'm just using the embossing buddy to remove that glue. I know. So I just want to put some glue, this stamp, which is the sand. I'm going to be using crumb cake. Now, my crumb cake is really, really inky, as you can see by here. All right. Let's see if I can. Can't wait for the new stamp set. So hopefully you've heard the news that we're slowly transitioning to magnetic. Now I'll just show you what. So that's what the stamp set looks like. See that? Right. So let's. It is a lot better if you put this on before. I don't. Now, what I want to be able to do is graduate this down to a lighter colour. So I'll then just stamp off and then just add some, just to get that, and then I'll take it down, take that last little bit off. I might just see if I can add just a little bit into there, into these spots. See, the world does not come to an end if you get things out of order. Rightio. So there we go. You can see the sand line now. It doesn't look much different from my original. Now, I don't want these pieces hanging off, so I'm going to get my big Stampin' Up! Scissors, my favourite pair of scissors ever. And I'm just going to cut this off. I really wish Stampin' Up! Would bring these back. But I feel that they're never coming back. I don't. That looks a lot neater. So you can see how it's coming together. Now, let's put this piece back on. So it's going to slide under there. I'll re-glue it. I forgot I should have been out of all the border tonight. That's okay. Don't know what's happening. I'll have to cut this piece off as well. Slide this under. There we go. Cut this off again. There's nothing that can't be fixed in card making. That's the theory. Now, there's a bit of a difference. You can see this one looks a lot fancier, but give me time. Just got to do a few more steps with it. Now, let's add these little umbrellas. Now, I've done one umbrella, and I'll show you how I've made them. So I'll leave that there so you can see what I'm doing. Now, these are the bases for the umbrella, this one here. So it just goes through, it cuts one of these, and it leaves these little score marks on it, which is great. So I've cut 3. We'll see how many I use. Now, to make it really easy, these little lemon lime twist pieces, this time I'm using Calypso Coral. This cuts these into each of the different layers. All right, so there's 4 layers. Now I get to choose which ones I'm going to use. Now this one I used outside, so the large one and the 3rd largest. This time I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to use this one and this one, which makes this one here. So it is so easy and these are the things that Stampin' Up! Get so right. I'm just looking for my pokey tool. Here it is. It comes with these little ridges on it, which line up with these. So you really can't put it in the wrong place. I know that's a challenge to me. Now I'm just putting dots around. I don't want too much glue here. So I'm going to line up those little marks on here. And if you get them all lined up, you cannot put it in the wrong place. And that's where green glue, for me, is magic. Now, I could use some adhesive sheets when I die cut them out. That would work equally as well. But I like the ability to wiggle things. So I'll just drop this in. And again, you line up those little marks on it. And then you get a different umbrella. So, oops, this one's going to come over here. Got another one over here, but I want the Poppy Parade. So I've got this one I did Pool Party, but I went back to the Calypso Coral. I thought it looked a little nicer. Not Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana. And I'll go back to another one with the big and this one here. So you can see how easy this umbrella is actually to make. Now, in the original card that I posted online, so the one I posted yesterday, I had little towels under here. And there's no die cut for a towel, let me tell you. Here we go. So we're just going to glue this on. All you need to do is cut a little triangle out. And I'm not putting a towel on mine this time, but I might cut one out for you. I know. Now, this one here, I wish I had put it a little further over. So I'm going to put this right over there. I don't want them in a big line. Put that one up there and this one over here. So they're super cute, but it just looks a little better further over. Actually, I'm going to change the colour up. That. And then this one sitting on top. Not a lot of overlap. Rightio. Now, I want to pop those up. I'm just using some dimensionals. This one I'm going to put it flat. You know me. Don't spend a lot of time on putting glue on or anything. I'm just putting 2 dimensionals on, so I've got a bit of space to slide over this one. Put it right at the top, over here a little bit. And again, I'll pop this up. Just seeing if there's any comments. You could always use a second die cut as a mask. I was thinking of that, but I have trouble die cutting with my wrist when I'm in a rush. But that was a really good idea. I don't know. Here we go. We'll put that. I don't want that too far up. I don't. There we go. Now I still need, and I don't know whether you can see this, but I've got these gorgeous, gorgeous starfish and shells. So let's die cut those. Now, I didn't die cut them before, but I'm going to get my mini machine out. So just give me a second. So my little mini is great for when I have to die cut. And wait a sec. Oh, there it is. Couldn't find my plates for a second. It's tiny. Rightio, so let's just like this. Now, I've been using the dark grey one lately because I find it a little easier to push through. And if you're using the mini, offset your plates because it's a little hard to jump that much, whereas if I go step by step, it'll work out really well. So this is the set of dies. I'm hoping you can see that. So I've got a few spares. I'm going to grab a little bit of pool party. So let's line this up. This is a little die, so I should have no trouble putting this through. So you can see I've offset them. So I feed it through. Except that's I've got picked the wrong plate. What am I doing? This one. Let's try. Must be one of those days. See, this is where I have trouble because my hand can't force it. What am I doing? I know. But now it's right. I know. So these all cut out separately. Let's poke these out. Now I chose to use, because they were my favourites. And I've got this gorgeous conch shell, but I didn't use it, but maybe I'll use it on this one. Now let's tip them off. Now what I did with these to make them pop was actually apply some Wink of Stella. I'm going to turn them all over, get rid of the crappy pieces. So let's see if I can use that conch shell. I'm not sure I can. I know. So I'm just adding some Wink of Stella to each of these. And while I'm at it, you'll see me use some Wink of Stella on some of the others. Now, Wink of Stella changes the colour slightly, but adds subtle glitter. Sometimes it's a little hard to see on my screen, but in real life, you can see lots of it. It's just so I've done 6 of them. So I get to choose which ones I apply. Now I popped all of these up. I need a little bit more ink. You know, I should never do that. I think this one. I go through Wink of Stella because it's just about my favourite product. I'm hoping it's going to carry over because I like the subtlety of it. Rightio. Now, whilst I've got Wink of Stella, I'm going to probably maybe get this one out and hope there's a bit more in this one. Now, what I did was I applied Wink of Stella for here because when the sun shines on the edge of the water, now I haven't gone to any trouble. It adds a bit of sparkle. So I'm just putting it on roughly. This one's actually got a bit in it. Thank goodness. So that's the first layer. Hopefully you'll be able to see. Can you see that little bit? Oh, now you can see that little bit of sparkle. Oh, so you're saying Wink of Stella is in the new catalogue. I hadn't seen it. Whoop, whoop. I'm so happy because I love Wink of Stella. As I said, you see me use it all the time. Okay, so let's put this away. I'm going to stamp. Now, I kept this really simple. I could do a pop-up sentiment, but I wanted something really simple. So I'm going to use Night of Navy because I like that blue with Coastal Cabana. And I just use one of my favourite stamp sets, which I think is in the Last Chance products, Simply Said. I love this. The font for this, it's simple, it's easy to use, it fits into any space. Oop. As I said, I use this stamp set a lot. And that's kind of falling off my block. Needs me to wash it. And then I'll take all the dirt and grit off it. So I'm just putting down the bottom here. Happy birthday. Then I know where to place my shells and starfish. So let's get some little, this will do. So let's have a little play about where I'll put these on. A little conch shell. I don't know which way that goes up. What does everybody think? Up, down. I don't actually like it. I'm going to stick to this little one here. So normally I put the big ones on the outside. Starfish come in different sizes. Now, let's add a little bit more Winkostella. Because I didn't really. I think my Winkostella needs to be thrown out. Hence why I bought some new ones. Oh, that's a lot better. I know. Now I can, in this one, I can just add one of these big ones. It's easy. Put it at a bit of an angle. Now I've been trying to hide those little ugly finishes there. Well, not ugly, but the ripples finish, so I can hide them with this. At a different angle. And our big starfish. Where's one of these? Where will I put it? Yeah, there. And now I want some littler, just some little pieces, just for these little starfish. It's nearly too big. Let's see if I can trim that off just a bit. Up here. And then this one. Cut this down. Even though our mini glue dots are little, they're not little enough for these. Here we go. Now, so how easy was that? Now, I just want to add the insert because I want to show you what all the bits and pieces do on this stamp set. Now, inside my Coastal Cabana piece is 5 1/4 by 3 7/8. Hopefully you can see that. And then my basic white piece is 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. So let's just stamp on here. Just going to find my lovely stamp. So this is what the stamp looks like, and I haven't used this one up until now. So it does that gorgeous water layer. Where's my scrap piece of paper? Determined to keep my grid paper clean tonight. Don't know why. Now let's turn this over here. So again, big block. So I'm going to be stamping from here. Now again, it's going to go off the page. Now it doesn't matter which way you go. I don't think it does. But we'll see. I'm just going like that. Then I'm going to take it up, overlap it, take it up again and overlap it. And that way you get that gorgeous water finish. How easy was that? Rightio. Now I've got from this stamp set, I'll just put that there. I've got hoping your day is permanent. Perfect. So it comes from this. That's the dies. Where's the stamp set? So hoping your day is perfect. You're in my thoughts. Bon voyage. There's so many things you could add here. So again, I'm using the Calypso Coral. Bit of that paper. It's only going to confuse me. Let's tidy this up a little bit. Now we're going to put that across there. Now I could add some shells or something to this, but I just like that. It's nice and simple. It's a clean, whilst there's a little bit of die cutting, you can see it's a pretty easy card to put together, and it's a fun card to put together. This is the glue that does not work. So I'm just going to throw it out now. What is happening here? No, I'm going to grab a new one. This is why you have a new one, always on hand. Go through, not that it lasts a long time, but I use so much of it. Now, put this on here. Not worried that it's upside down. Let's open this up. This time, remember, it's opening this way. So that will just sit there. I think this is the new one. Now, how nice is that? Now, I think, I'm going to show you another way of doing this card. Now, I use Calypso Coral. Now, I could have just used white. Let's just pretend this was a white base. And I could have used like a blending, where's a blending brush? A blending brush. And where's my colours? That's Coastal Cabana. Now, normally I would do this on a glass mat. I haven't got time today. Skip it off. And just do this to give that colour at the bottom. So I could have done it all white and then added a sand layer with the crumb cake. Now, this just is a way of building colour. Now, obviously, I could have added some more colours, but let's just do 2. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Cool Party. Whoops, sorry about that. I just hit the camera. Then I'm happy using that same ink thing. And then just add a little bit of Cool Party on this. My Cool Party isn't as well inked. And I could put it at a bit of an angle. And then I could just add some crumb cake. And then I still would have got a subtle background. I would have applied a little bit more colour than what I've applied. I might make this card up for the next couple of days. So this is my crumb cake. And then just added the sand here. Now, I haven't got the proportions right, but you get the idea. You can make this a card using your blenders. And what I love about blending brushes and sand is it gives that perfect texture no matter what you do. So you can see the difference in background, but you can see how it's going to work no matter what you do. So, hi blender. Kiko has just been banished from the craft room after being a little wild and looking for attention, but she's finally settled. So Marianne loves the card. What other comments have I got? Let me know what you think. Are you a beach person? Or really that sand is just a bit of a nuisance? So look at that. After I tried to protect my grid paper all that time. So you can see the cards are just about the same. There's a little bit of difference in colour and they sparkle, which I really like because it reflects the ocean. Let me see everybody's comments. Wendy's convinced she needs this bundle. I definitely was convinced that I needed this bundle. And once you work out how to make it, it is really a simple card. It's just when you look at the pieces and go, how do I layer these? But once you work it out, it is a really simple card. So anyway, I only made one card tonight, but I did inspire you that you could perhaps do a blended background, which I really like this idea, because I like that subtlety. But I also like this one. So let me know what you like. And thank you so much for joining me tonight. I will be back next week with another card. And Marianne, this is, oh, you're not, I was going to say, this is one of the cards, one of these versions is one of the cards I'll be making or will be making at my next class. Just one of them. We'll only be making one using this bundle. We're going to use a few bundles so we can have a bit of a play. Thanks, everybody. Really enjoy having you join me. And don't forget, you can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin from the 1st of April. I will be posting all the details on my Facebook page and also including them in my newsletter over the next couple of days. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate you joining me. Love doing my lives. Bye for now. See you next week. Oh, wait a minute. See you next week.